I'll just show you how big it is approximately. If I have a mole, it picks up 22.4 liters, which is the size of like maybe 2.5 basketballs of like space. What is a thing that you know in liters? A thing that is in our daily lives that contains liters of stuff. Water bottles. Maybe you guys are living in a healthier world. When I grew up, I thought the 2-liter bottle was like the international standard for soda. Okay, like that was like just what I knew that was in liters. So this is about how many soda bottles? 10 or 11 soda bottles. The soda bottle is actually more than 2 liters because it has that like weird top portion to it. So this is a gas. You have 1 mole, it takes up 22.4 liters. Let's write that down. 1 mole equals 22.4 liters. And this was, the American Chemical Society for a while made beach balls that were exactly 22.4 liters. You could show your students, like, here it is, and toss like 1 mole of gas out at them. Unfortunately, they're now out. They ran out. They're so popular. This depends on certain conditions. What could you do to make a gas take up more or less space? Heat it. If you heat it, it's going to do what? Expand. And so this is only true at something called STP. And STP stands for standard, what do you think? Temperature and pressure. Because if you squeeze down a gas, it's also going to make it small. So this rule that we're going to do like homework problems with and things like that of 1 mole is 22.4 liters is only under these conditions. In a month or so, when I teach you more about gases, we'll start changing this. But for right now, this is going to be like your set relationship. If you have 1 mole, it takes up 22.4 liters. What are standard temperature and pressure? It was probably STP last night. Because STP, standard temperature and pressure, is 0 degrees Celsius, the freezing point of water. That's the standard temperature, and 1 Earth's atmosphere of pressure. So if you were like outside last night, the conditions were probably STP. Today, it's a little warmer, but in general, that's where STP is. Smile and nod. Like I said, we'll change those conditions later on. Not sure what that blank is there for. Let's go to this one here. 1 mole of gas takes up 22 liters. 4 moles of gas would take up how much space? 88. Now let's do it a little more specifically. 4.2 moles would take up how much space? We're going to do what here? Multiply or divide? Multiply. We're going to multiply by 22.4 liters for every 1 mole. 4.2 times 22.4. And we guys haven't noticed this pattern so far, Liam, but I tend to like go around the room and involve different students and you respond with the answers. Elsie, do you have a calculator yet? Chad, you don't have a calculator either? You do have a calculator. 22.4 liters per 1 mole. I read it so much I started abbreviating it MOL, and then we write the M, I just kind of squiggle. Okay. I'm going to jump to this end of this thing. Jaden, you got a number for us? 94.08 liters, so we don't crash that spaceship. Cole, how many sig figs do we have coming in?
We have
2. So how many should we have going out? So what should your answer be? 94 what?
94 moles.
94. We were in moles. We multiplied by liters per mole. So the moles is going to cancel out, and now I'm in liters. 94 liters is how much space 4.2 moles would occupy. I'm pretty sure this next product was designed specifically for like middle school boy sleepovers in mind. They make a brand of soda called Zombie Snot, which you can like dare your friends to drink when you're 12 years old. I don't know what it tastes like. It's sold at Walmart. So if you have a 2-liter bottle and it's empty, is it going to contain more or less than 1 mole? Less, because a mole is 22 liters, so it's only 2 liters. Find out how much it would occupy with the person next to you. Go. Discuss. Oh, yeah, another calculator right here. Last problem. We did moles times 22.4 liters per mole to get liters. This problem, we're starting with liters, so what am I going to do with 22.4? Divide. If I divide by the liters per mole, you'll recall that dividing is the same thing as multiplying by the inverse. So liters times moles per liter, that's going to get me moles. So I'm going to divide in this case. So I'm doing 2.0 liters divided by 22.4 liters per mole. And Jazz, do you have a numerical value for us? Okay. Elsie, do you have a numerical value for us?
Yeah.
And what is that numerical value? 1.2? Nope. I think you did it backwards. You did 22.4 divided by 2.
Yeah.
2 divided by 22.4. Erase. That's like a standard sentence. 0.
589.
Nope. 0.8 9 sounds more reasonable to me, and that would be in moles. Check your calculator buttons there, Elsie. I'm not sure what happened. Up is a great movie. Fun. Disney movie, Pixar movie. 8.39 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of helium take up how much space? Talk to the person next to you. Don't start doing this problem. Just talk to the person next to you about this problem. How would you do it? Go. Take 30 seconds to talk to what would you have to do to do this problem? Learn how much space that many atoms of helium take up. Discuss. Nobody touched their calculators yet. Just talk about it.
I think you have to make it into moles.
Yeah, mine. I'll be your partner now. I'll be your
All right.
Yeah.
So, what do I have to do first in order to do this problem? Yeah. Good.
What? Oh, 8.39 times 10 to the 25th divided by 6.02 times.
Correct. In order to get this problem started, in order to do the volume part of it, I first have to go into moles. And that is going to be frequently true in problems that we are going to do in here. Let's write down this sort of diagram for doing these problems in chemistry class this week. Moles is going to be the central concept. We're going to have actually 3 branches. We've only learned 2 of them in class today. We have 3 branches of things that we're going to go out to from there. Okay? One of them is volume. How do I get from moles to amount of volume that it takes up? What do I do mathematically? We're tight on time, so I'm just going to tell you we multiply by 22.4 liters per mole. Cole is just telling us to start this problem. We have a number. We're going to do what to get into moles, Liam?
Divide.
By?
6.02.
And there's 2 more branches that we need to sort of name and identify our operations on. If I'm going from moles out to number, if I divide going in, what am I going to do going out? I'm going to multiply. Multiply by 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. If I'm going from volume into moles, what am I going to do? Divide by what? Divide by 22.4 liters per mole. Okay. Now that we've got this map, this kind of roadmap of how we're going to do the problems, again, we're going to come back and add another arm to this in class tomorrow. Let's go ahead and tackle this 2-step problem. Okay. 8.39 times 10 to the 25th atoms. Take that into a volume, into an amount of space that's going to occupy. Work with your homie. Go.
Yeah, but that's like the amount of the atoms, I think.
I know it's exciting, Zach. Rosa, what's my first step here? What am I gonna do first? Bye. Okay. Ava, what do we get when we do that division problem? I'm having a little trouble hearing you. 1.393 or something? Yeah. Okay. And then times 10 to the second. Okay. And that is my moles. And what am I going to do with that, Amelia? If I want to get to volume, I'm going to multiply it by 22.4 liters per mole. And Georgia, what does your calculator tell you the answer to that is? .136 times 10 to the second. Zach, let's make the scientific notation prettier. What's that going to become? Okay. How many sig figs do I have coming in, Gemma? So how many should I have my final answer? So that should be 3. So what should it be? 3.11 times 10 to the third. Let's not crash the spaceship and write liters afterward. Smile and nod. Would you like to practice this in the comfort of your own home? Yes, great. Now, pay attention to this homework. I'm going to tell you something special about it. We have a choose your own option here. The front is a lot of single step, pretty straightforward problems. The back are some trickier problems. As it says on the front of the homework, this will be explained to you, Cole, pass behind you. As it says on the front of the homework, you can choose. Everybody has to do the first 3 back problems. You can choose to either do the front, which is straightforward, or if you want to try a harder problem that involves like geometry class knowledge, you can just do problem 19 and not do the entire front of the homework. So you're choosing if you're going to do 1 really challenging problem or like 10 easy problems in addition to the 3 medium problems that everyone's going to do. Because this went from 31 down to 3.11, so that got smaller. So you take a power of 10 from here and park it over there. I made it 3.11 because the sig figs, we only had 3 sig figs at the beginning, so I cleaned up the sig figs at the end. Thank you for asking.